All right, we're back again. Let's close all these palindromic questions. Okay, so now we got single number. It's given a non-empty array of integers. Every number appears twice. Every element appears twice except for one. Find that single one. You must implement the solution with linear runtime complexity. Use only constant extra space. Okay. So linear time collapse. That means we have to do one for loop, and we have to make sure that what's it called? We just have to find the one element that doesn't repeat. Okay. What are the constraints? Numbers between 1 and 10 to the 3 to 4. Okay. So base case value would be if it's length 1, you just return that. So if len nums equals 1, that only appears one time. So I just return nums 0. That value, I don't need to know what it is. Right, so oh yeah, this is an assignment. I have to create an equals to make it a true or false. Linear runtime. So I needed to make it O(n). Okay, I'm thinking like how I should go about this. I would just look at it right now. Let's add 4 1 2 1 2. Let's go to the whiteboard. 4 1 2 1 2. Constant space means that you only have, it doesn't increase with the number of elements. So if I was to create a dictionary, for example, right? Well, the dictionary could also be constant space. So I could just create a dictionary the size of the length of the array. So it doesn't increase with iterations. So dictionary length, Python. Because this is up to me, and I was to solve this question, I would just create a dictionary like this. And then I just go boom, 4, add it here, add 1, and then I go to 1, boom, add it here, add 1, boom, 2, go here, add 1, boom, 1, go here, add 1, boom, 2, go here, add 1. And then I would just take a look at this and check for 1. Because there's only going to be one element, then I get 4. Right? And that would give me the answer I'm looking for. But we don't get to have it that way for this. That would only give it 1 pass for time complexity. For space complexity, I'd have to find a way to make it change. Like, it wouldn't have to increase per thing. So O of n time complexity. They're not ordered. Given a non-empty. Every element appears twice except for that one. Okay. What if I go set? Opposite of set in Python. I'm just thinking. Find the elements of an intersection not in the intersection of two lists. So 1, 3, 5, 6 at AB. I get 1 through 5. So 1 through 5. So 2, 4, 6. So set A, set B. I usually prefer a shortcut. Set A, set B. But that wouldn't be in the intersection of two lists. If you have a set, it wouldn't make sense to use that. So I also want to check what are other assumptions I can have. 2, 2, 1, single number, non-empty array. Is there any way to solve it without a dictionary? check if repeat items are in list Python. How to find duplicates in a Python list. Okay, so we got a list. We got a set. Each element array except for one element which appears only once. Remove duplicates from a list in Python. Or I could just do 2 midpoints. And then look at one side, look at the other side, and just remove the ones that are common. Remove any duplicates from a list. But you know what? I'm just gonna ignore the rules because I just want to solve it. So I'm gonna go dict. I'm gonna go stores. It's curly brackets. Stores equals curly brackets. Then I'm gonna go if the number is not in stores, stores num 0, stores num plus equals 1. Then I go to, so that gives me my key value pairs. I'm turning these things into keys. So I'm gonna get one of each key, and then I just add it. So as num equals 0. The num is in there, add another 1 to it. And then Get the key by value. Okay. Then I have to search the dictionary. So for name, my dict items. So key val. In, and then it's my dict.items, so dictionary.items, so stores items. Then if val equals 1, return key. And that pretty much sums it up. Let's try submitting it. And boom, it beats 36.77% of solutions. So let's quickly recap what we did. So what I want to do is I want to check if which number occurs only one time, right? So we're given an array. It could be repeats, that each number repeats twice, except for one. One only occurs one time in the list. So what I want to do is right away it says it could be for numbers 1 to 3 to 10 to the 4, and this example here. So if it's only one length long, then by default it's the only element. So num0, return that, done. Otherwise I gotta create a list. The point of creating a list is I create an entry and I can add the number of occurrences. So key value pairs. So for key, so let's say it's 41212. 4, make a new key, add the value 1. Next item, 1, make a new key, add the value 1. 2, make a new key, add the value 1. 1 already exists with the value 1, so I just add 1 to it. So 1 has the value 2 now because there's 2 ones. Then I go to 2. 2 already exists with the value 1, so I add plus 1. Now I have 2 on 2. So that means 4 has the value 1, 1 has the value 2. There's 2 occurrences, and then 2 has 2 occurrences. So then I want to check to get that 4 back because it has 1 occurrence. So I iterate through my dictionary now. Key value pairs. If the value is 1, return the associated key. So if the value equals 1, return the 4, and we are done. And submitted, it is complete. So this would be O of n time, because you're going through each element, and then you're going through each element in the dictionary. So that's O of 2 of n reduces to O of n. Space would be, I guess, in worst case O of n, but it's like, I guess, less than O of n if you have repeat occurrences. So it's not necessarily constant extra space, but it's good enough. It gets the job done. Let's quickly take a look at the solution here. Who's done it in Python? Python. Everyone's doing C++. What the hell? That's wild. That's wild. Someone did it in Dart. That's wild. I haven't used Dart in a long time. Dart and Flutter. Let's see. Use XOR. Single one equals 0 for num and num. Single one XOR num. Okay. I like my solution better. It's just easier to trace. It just doesn't use constant space. let's quickly run through ChatGPT because I just want to see what it would do. What would it spit out? Control C, Chat GPT, Control V, my solution, and then let's close that. Let's go here. Control C. Yeah, so this guy does the XOR gate too. So let's see, your solution using a dictionary works, but it's extra space uses extra space which violates the constant extra space requirement. See, so it's O of n space, like I said. We want constant extra space, so XOR bitwise operation. Okay. So single num equals 0, num and num, single num is 0. That AA equals 0, A0 equals 1. When XORing all the elements that will appear twice will cancel out. So num num equals 0. Num in nums. The only element that will appear once will remain. Further explain this. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense. So XOR exclusive OR gate. Okay, so if basically what this XOR gate does is that it bitwise operation compares 2 bits. If the 2 bits are different, 0 and the bits are the same, it returns 1 if the bits are different. It's 0 if the bits are the same. So return 1 if the bits are different. Okay, so commutative property, order in which you apply the XOR doesn't matter. Okay, cool. Cool. I'm cool with all that. Applying XOR to the problem. Start with a single num, initialize it to 0. Okay. Every element appears twice. The goal is to find a single element that appears only once. And XOR each element with single num. Consider the array for 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so XOR each element, so single L, single num 4. So 0 and 4 equals 4. Okay. Four and 1 equals 5. Okay. 5 and 2 equals 7. Cancels out the first one. Okay. Oh, so this has like a stored accumulation or something in single num. Because it's like adding everything. 4 plus 1, 5. 5 plus 2, 7. 7 plus 1 cancels out the first one. 6 plus 2 cancels out the first 2. How does the XOR save that info? For example, 4 becomes 5, then 7, then 6, then 4 in your example. So how does that work? And how it saves the information and leaves us with a single number. Okay, so XOR operation has a crucial property that allows it to remember information about the numbers it has seen, specifically through the cancellation effect. Let's revisit the numbers. Example, 41212. Initial state, single num. Single num or 4. XOR saves information, recognizing when you XOR a number with itself, the result is 0. So when you XOR all the elements in an array, any number that appears twice will eventually XOR, canceling itself out. So the first one is stored in single num. The second num then cancels out. Similarly, the first two is stored in single num, cancels out. Okay. So what it's saying is that XOR value is what is remembering things. So you can give single num equals 0, and then as long as you keep XORing items, it will store those XORed items in there. So that way if it sees the same item in the future and you XOR it again, it'll just cancel itself out and reduce that value back to the original value. Right, so it's not really a straightforward thing. I wouldn't expect anyone to get that. So yeah, I violated the rules, but it still worked with my solution, and this is something that people can actually visualize and understand. Right, because not many people will understand how that XOR works. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave your comments in the comments below. I appreciate any feedback you guys give. And yeah, keep coding, stay consistent. Knologist out.